think over the last year, there has been a really big rise in people wanting to break into the product photography industry. And so if this is an industry that really excites you, but you have absolutely no idea where to start, this video is for you. I'm about to tell you the 5 things you need to get started as a product photographer in today's digital climate. Now, the first one is, I think, probably one of the most important ones, and that is having a professional looking website that actually targets the right kind of client to your business. Now, when I started my business 3.5 years ago, my website was the very first thing that I created. I knew that if I was going to have a business, I was going to put myself out there, I needed a website. Now, I often see so many new photographers start out on Instagram, and in their bio, they have DM to book, but there's no website link. And so they wonder why they're not getting enough bookings, they're not attracting the right kind of client to their business. It's because they don't have a website. Because in essence, a website builds trust. If someone comes to your page, they want to know more about you before they inquire. They want to know what you offer. They want to know about you or your team. They want to see your portfolio. They want an easy way to contact you that is not via Instagram DM. I'm sorry, but Instagram DM is not professional to book a client in for product photography. You need a website and you need to book that via email. And a website is also an incredibly powerful tool to attract your dream client to your business. This video is sponsored by Xyro, and I can tell you what, I have tried many website building platforms in the past, and for me, most of them have been too technical. I spend hours trying to build something that only at the end of it looks half good, and it's not even a fun time. But Xyro has to be one of the most affordable and easiest website building platforms on the market. Like, it is so easy that you could have a website up and running in about an hour. There are so many beautiful templates to choose from, which are all drag and drop, and that's my favorite kind of website builder. So you can build a really beautiful and simple portfolio to show off your work and make it easy for your potential clients to contact you. Now, Xyro's support team is there for you 24/7. So if you're someone like me and you like to do these tasks late at night and you hit a roadblock, you don't have to wait until the next day to get an answer. You can get an answer straight away. And I know that a major struggle for so many of you is attracting the right kind of client to your business. And a lot of you want to be able to work with brands who have a higher budget to work with. And so if you want to attract those kinds of brands with a higher paying budget, you're going to need a website that truly speaks to them. It needs to look professional. Your work needs to be front and center. They need to be able to contact you easily via email or your contact form. And they should be able to learn more about your service offerings. And if you're a new photographer, you probably don't have a huge budget to allocate to building a website. So with Xyro, you can actually start building your website for under $3 a month. And you can use my code Amanda21. This will give you 3 months completely for free with all yearly plans. So this is your sign. If you don't have a website or your website needs a little bit of an overhaul, go check out Xyro. All right, number 2 is find out what you like and don't like shooting. So over the last 3.5 years, I've experimented with a couple of different styles. I've tried food photography. I've done obviously beauty and skincare, personal branding photography. I've tried a little bit of fashion, and I have found that my big love lies with beauty, lifestyle, and fitness. And the thing is that because I am known for my beauty photography, I then get referred by other people. So for example, we worked with a big US brand called Kopari. I'm actually a customer of their products now. I think they're amazing. And we were actually referred to them by a location that they wanted to shoot at. And because the location host knew that I specialized in beauty, she recommended me, and we ended up booking with Kopari, which was a really cool moment for us in our business. So you've got to try different things to find out what you like. I did personal branding photography for a couple of years as well, and it wasn't until the start of this year that I actually cut that off as a service. Even though I did well with that service and it was in demand, I actually stopped enjoying it after a while, and I wanted to focus purely on my product photography work. So give yourself space, give yourself time to find out what you like shooting, and eventually you will find your niche and you'll be like, yep, this is for me. I love this. I'm not doing anything else. All right, number 3. you know I bang on about this all the time, but it's invest in your education. So whether it is a course like mine, Become a Brand Photographer, where you can literally learn like years of experience in under a month so that you can seriously fast track your business, or if you can't afford a course straight off the bat, at least invest your time into learning free content that is on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok from your favorite creators. And so when I started photography, there wasn't really a course out there that taught you both the photography and the business side of things, because I just think the two marry up together to help you create a profitable business and one that is actually sustainable as well. And during this pandemic, our business has flourished, which is absolutely insane to me. And I know that my business is sustainable. And I know that if my business can withstand a pandemic, well, I feel like it can do anything. It is impossible for you to work out everything by yourself. And at some point or another, you are going to need to buy a course or hire a mentor to teach you how to do certain things in your photography business. And I know that money mindset can be a really big roadblock as well. I had really big money mindset issues in my first year of business because I was so scared to invest in gear and equipment and education and all the things. But I tell you what, from experience, when I actually started investing in my business in all different areas, I actually saw the most growth, and that's when my income, I'm gonna say my income practically doubled at that point. So if you are somebody who is afraid to invest in your business, please do the work to remove those money mindset blocks that you have and invest as soon as you can. Now, number 4 is to shoot as often as you can and gain as much experience as possible. Most of the time we learn best by actually doing, and I want you to throw perfectionism right out the window, because done is way better than perfect. And if you have no portfolio, yes, you will most likely have to work for free at the beginning. And I'm an advocate of that. I know other photographers aren't, but the thing is that if you have no work to show people, they're not gonna hire you. It's as simple as that. And so when I started, I think I did about 30 collaborations with other brands where I took photos for them and they gave me a testimonial. And then out of those collaborations, some of them actually then hired me to do paid product photography work. But those collaborations also taught me a lot about how to communicate with clients, how to deliver work, how the inquiry process should go, what brands expect from their photo shoots. And I was really able to practice my styling and editing. And even now, 3.5 years down the track, I will still take time out to experiment and do my own portfolio work, because sometimes we need to be able to create without restrictions from clients. We just need to be able to go crazy at it. So if you want to improve your photography, keep practicing, keep trying to get better. I know sometimes it can be really, really frustrating, but you just got to put the work in and try to improve your photography every single day. And number 5 is you just have to get started and do not put pressure on yourself. Now, especially when we're on social media, we can see a lot of other photographers' work and how successful they are and how good their work is. And you sit there and you're like, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I'm never going to be good enough. I'm never going to be able to get to their level of experience. I get that. I still feel that way. And the thing is that so many photographers have different kinds of setups. Some might have access to a big studio, to more equipment, to assistants and a bigger team. Whereas others might only have a home studio, very limited equipment, a limited budget, limited space. There are so many different variables. So we have to make the best use of what we've got. We can't put pressure on ourselves to try and be like somebody else. And when I polled you on Instagram about what kind of advice you would give your younger photographer self, it was this. It was to just get started. It was to stop waiting to be good enough, that it's all part of the process to just learn and try and get better every single day. And yes, the first bit of your career, it can be a really big challenge, but you get better as you go along, but you have to want to get better as well. There was one point in my career that when I invested in studio lighting and I was adapting to the kind of style that many beauty brands wanted, that's when my business really took off and did a lot better. And before that, I was using natural light. I was shooting in the corner of my bedroom. And then I got some really bad feedback from a client who basically just said none of the images were up to scratch. That really got to me. And so it motivated me to be like, you know what? I'm going to make a change. I'm going to invest in studio lighting. I'm going to study what is doing well in terms of product photography. What do people want? What do the brands that I want to work with, what kind of content do they want to see? What kind of content are they posting? And so I started creating that kind of content. And that's why people say, create the work that you want to be hired for. Because when you do, well, then you start to get noticed by brands that you want to work with. Now, I hope this video has been a source of inspiration, motivation, maybe some assurance. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to go and check out my online course, Become a Brand Photographer, there's a little discount code in the description box as well.